द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyananda. Holocaust. Just the sound of the word immediately brings images of absolute horror, death, torture, and violence. For most of us in schools, we would have learned about the Holocaust, also known as the Shoah, which referred to the genocide of European Jews during the World War II. A genocide that happened, in fact, within a few short years between 1941 and 1945, whereby Nazi Germany and its collaborators systematically murdered some 6 million plus Jews across the German-occupied Europe. And at that time, that accounted for around 2/3 of Europe's Jewish population, wiped out and gone.
On January 27th each year, the United Nations and the world remembers the Holocaust that affected the many people of Jewish origin. In 2005, the Holocaust and the United Nations Outreach Program was established by the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 67 with a simple and stark aim: to mobilize civil society for Holocaust remembrance and education in order to help to prevent future acts of genocide. Over the years, the program established a global network of partners and developed versatile initiatives, including educational resources, professional development programs, a film series, panel discussions, and exhibitions.
And just a few days ago, on January 20, 2022, a big step was taken by the United Nations. A resolution was approved by the UN General Assembly condemning the Holocaust denial. According to the resolution, this genocide will forever be a warning to all people of the dangers of hatred, bigotry, racism, and prejudice. In the text, member states express concern about the growing prevalence of Holocaust denial or distortion through the use of information and communications technologies. It also urges all member states to reject without any reservation any denial or distortion of the Holocaust as a historical event, either in full or in part, or any activities to this end. Ultimately, 114 states declared to be co-sponsors of the resolution.
According to Ms. Bachelet, the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, political movements that profit from hatred have gathered strength in many countries. She stated, by heightening the emotions of their supporters through campaigns of misinformation and disinformation, they gain media attention and votes, but they also drive deep, violent, and profoundly damaging wedges through societies, she warned. The purpose of this day, this International Day in commemoration of the victims of Holocaust, is intended to provoke reflection and discussion about the role that individuals, institutions, and nations play in either promoting or preventing future acts of genocide?
And while today is International Day in commemoration of the victims of the Holocaust is in remembrance of the victims of the Jewish Holocaust, we would like to take this opportunity to share with you a much less known history, one which is not told in history classes, nor at school, nor documented in history books. It's a part of history which spans over 8 centuries, a part of history which has been placed under the rug for far too long, a part of history which is unfortunately still alive today, a Holocaust which has killed almost 500 million people and counting. And what may this be? The Hindu Holocaust.
And today, with the blessings of the sovereign state of Kailasa, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, we are pleased to have you join us as we commemorate this very significant day, the International Day of Commemoration of Victims of the Holocaust, January 27, as declared by the United Nations, to bring awareness of the Hindu Holocaust. Who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism? Let us watch a short video to introduce the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Founder of Kailasa, Paramashiva, and his 1008th incarnation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, the enlightened civilization, the greatest Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness was birthed by his predecessors of enlightened masters, great rishis, munis, siddhas, who predicted and recognized His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam as an incarnation of Paramashiva as per the science of incarnation described in Hinduism. From his first Chaturmasya at the age of 3 in the year 1980 until the age of 16 in the year 1994, the Supreme Pontiff was trained for the revival of Kailasa. He began reviving Kailasa from the age of 16 after the coronation on the 25th May 1994. Kailasa that we see today is 26 years of sincere hard work of the reviver and Hindu diaspora all over the world.
Problems of the modern day humanity, Sanatana Hindu Dharma is solution. Whether the terrorism or climate change, natural calamities or man-made calamities, for all the problems humanity is facing, the only solution is science of living enlightenment, revealed by Paramashiva from the Vedagamas in the modern day through this body. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution and setting model communities. Understand? Kailasa is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened